defog, warm up. It's always, I live in the tropics. It's a little humid. If I don't use my tablet or any machine for a while, it gets moisture in there, and then I turn it on, it warms up, and ends up fogging up the inside of the lens. But it will defog in, I don't know, a couple minutes. That's okay, because no one's here anyway, of course. After the fact, people are going to watch this and be like, why is it so foggy? Yeah, it's just because I live in the tropics and camera lenses get foggy on the inside. I have to turn them on and leave them on for a while. Maybe I should just store this in a bag with some rice. Oh, how's it going, digital man Dave? Hey, digital man Dave, how's it going? Yeah. Ken's here too. How are you guys doing? Having a good morning? Excuse me for being so foggy right now. I haven't turned my tablet on in a while because I've just been doing things, working. So, I live in the tropics, so the humidity gets into the camera and then it gets fogged up. It'll defog in a few minutes. I think it's, 5 minutes or something. The camera is just waking up. You are correct. It's getting the foggies out. Yeah, the camera doesn't have hands to wipe out its like the eye boogers and stuff. So it just needs to warm up and what do you call it? Evaporate the fog, the condensation. Ah, yes, cold and wet up there. Wherever Dave is, cold and wet. I don't know, he must be in the north somewhere. Hey, Jaimie, almost evening here. Still welcome back. Well, hello, good evening, too. Yeah, people all over the world. It's one of the really cool things about the internet. You can just communicate instantly with people all over the world. Oh, Dave is in Ontario, the motherland where I originated, and I plan to never go back. I've been hearing some weird things about Canada lately. That Justin Trudeau guy is up to some funny business, eh? It's like he got all woke, and he's like, we're gonna make Canada the woke country of the universe, yeah! Oh, I don't know that much about it though. I only know a little bit. But I know enough that I'm like, ooh, I never want to go back there. At least, if I ever went back to Canada, it would be as a revolutionary, and I would start fighting the government. I mean, not with like bullets or anything, but I would. The only reason I would go back to Canada would be to strongly oppose the government. Good evening from Germany. Oh, well, that's the other motherland. That's funny. That's where my dad was born. I'm half German, at least last I checked. Oh, the arm. Oh, you want to check out my arm? You can only see through the fog, but let's see. I'll show it again after the lens wakes up more. But yeah, it's basically almost gone now. So it got a scab on it. Like when I first took this, ooh, I'm starting to defog now. Yeah, now I'm starting to defog. What's that? 3 minutes? 3 minutes, I'm starting to noticeably defog. Anyway, there's my thing. Probably by the time we get to 5 minutes, the fog will be gone. But when I pulled the stitches out, and I just pulled the stitches out myself. I was supposed to go to the hospital and get the guy to, like he's just cutting out some stitches. I just pulled them out myself. Anyway, when I took out the stitches, the cut just like bloop, and it was like all healed in this big gully in my arm, like probably like half a centimeter deep. There's just this, looks like a funny, gross smile. But then it got a scab over it, and the scab, as it dried up, it like, it pulls it closed because they shrink. Yeah, I guess that's how scabs work. I mean, that's how I've always seen them work. They get crusty and then they shrink and pull the skin back together and it heals. And it's actually not going to leave as much of a scar as I was thinking it would. It's totally fine. Oh, and my foot. I had that infection on my foot. That seems to be totally gone. Yeah, I think everything's fine there. And I guess. And this last week, okay, so for the whole month of February, I basically got nothing done. It was just super frustrating dealing with all this, just life, family nonsense, So this month I've been, once my arm healed and my foot started getting better, I've just been working. I'm probably not going to stay that long today doing this because I have tons of stuff to do. I'm hoping to take the roof off the shark slicer today because I'm replacing the roof, as per the plans and the little drawings and the the thing. Oh, and I should also mention, okay, so I have two channels now, right? Jaimie Builds, which is this one, and then Jaimie Talks. And these lives are supposed to go over to Jaimie Talks, although I was gonna, kind of do a short one here and then tell people to go there and do that for a few weeks so people know. However, Jaimie Talks is not yet eligible to do lives. I don't know. I don't know how long that's gonna take. Maybe I have to put up a certain number of videos or something, or get a certain number of subscribers or views or something. I don't know what the story is. I did all the stuff it seemed to say that I had to do to be able to do it. I don't know. It's crap work. I'm sure there's some other silly requirement. I just don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna not worry about that because that won't prevent me from cutting the roof off my boat and replacing it with other stuff and doing all this other gobbledygook I have going on. And I have this lumber mill and I have the materials to make the track for it. And I need to do that. And yeah, I have lots of just construction-y things going on. Hello from the UK, getting clear. Yeah, so I'm at 6 minutes now and it looks like my camera's totally woken up. No kids today. No, this morning I took them over to Deshana's. Hello from snowy Estonia. Cheap vlog. Someone painted Trudeau's father's face with a black can of spray paint statue. Oh. I don't know. How was the older Trudeau? I don't really know anything about Canadian politics other than it's just a total disaster right now. Just get bot subscribers, pretty common these days. No, I don't do any of that crap. You need 1,000 subscribers to do lives from tablet phone. Okay, so is that what it is? So what do I have right now? I probably have like 500 subscribers on my Jaimie Talks channel. Maybe over the next week I can put a few things on it and get a few more subscribers. And then I'll be able to do the lives pretty soon. I'm sure I'll get that pretty soon. But I haven't done much on there just because I've just been working. I just went through this whole ridiculous internal family situation, and I think that's straightened out pretty much. And now I just want to get things done. I just want after dealing with all that, I'm just like, I don't want to deal with humans, I want all the humans to just go away. Not all of them, but pretty much I want all the humans to go away and just let me get stuff done. Like, go away, let me get stuff done. Not my kids. I love my kids around. I can get stuff done with my kids around. And not, good friends and stuff. So I need 1,000 subscribers to do a live from tablet phone, right? You seem to be much better spirits. Glad you're doing better, man. Yeah, for about a month ago, I was, I don't really want to get into it now. That might all be done soon and just taken care of and don't have to worry about it anymore. Although I did get to a point where I was seriously considering, up to the point of actually taking a few steps toward just leaving Central America totally, because this family situation had just gotten too much, too far in the wrong direction. But yeah, I think everything's going to be, I don't know, we'll see. All the humans except the pretty ones. You know what? I don't even, like, I don't even want to deal with girls right now. I mean, if I met a girl who's amazing and all that and great, but like, man, forget it. I don't even want to deal with girls right now. And it's funny because a lot of people have been, I've mentioned I've talked about girls a few times over the last year or whatever. And anytime I do, a few people are always like, I don't know, Jaimie, getting a girl in your life, it makes it complicated and difficult. And right now I'm kind of there. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with another freaking child that I have to take care of who's a full-grown adult, but acting like a child. Not that all women are like that. It's just a lot of them are, and not just women. A lot of people in general are, men and women. It's like we're in a generation of people who don't want to grow up. They all want to be Peter Pan forever and have no responsibility and do nothing. And it's ridiculous. And funny thing is, like, the other day on the internet, someone sent me some silly link to something. And just so you know, when people send me links to things like in email and stuff, most of the time I don't click on them. because I just have other stuff to do, But this one I clicked on, and it was some girl who was doing like wood stuff, like chopping wood with an axe and stuff. And she had a smile on her face, and she had some muscles, and she was doing stuff and looked like she was having fun. And I was like, oh, that is totally the kind of girl I'd want to meet. Oh, where does that kind of person hang out? And so I investigated a little bit. 100% lesbian. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe I just need to go to like the LGBTQ, meet some lesbian girls who are kind of like tomboys, and then nothing because they're lesbians. So anyway, I'm just not worrying about girls right now. Being social takes practice, my guy. Okay, I can be social. I can actually be extremely charismatic when I want to be. It's not that. I don't have difficulty interacting with people. It's just I can't stand them a lot of the time. Because and it's just our society today. It goes back to that silly saying, soft times create soft people. And right now we're in a world just full of people who just sit around on their asses and do nothing and just don't care. And they're like, ooh, look at my fashion. I'm so beautiful. And I'm not just talking about girls here. I'm talking about girls and guys, just people in general. They just do nothing. And I cannot stand that. I can't stand being around people who just do nothing and talk all the time. It's just so blah. Like, why are you even alive? Like, why? What is the point? Why are you even here? Go away. Like, contributing nothing of any value other than nothing of any value. They're just like, look how cool I am. I'm so cool. Oh, like once upon a time, I was hanging out with these people. They were like normal people. And I was kind of like, okay, let me try to talk to them for a little bit. Turn on charisma. Okay, charisma. Hey guys, how's it going? And all that. I mean, I'm exaggerating there. But I know how to talk to people if I want to talk to them. And I'm talking to these guys, and we're talking like guys and stuff. And this one guy, big fat guy, huge fat guy. He's telling me about how, yeah, man, last week we figured it all out. Man. It was freaking awesome. Although I'm doing a surfer accent now. That's not what he sounded like. But whatever, I'm going with it. Yeah, it was awesome, man. I figured out that if I sit on my couch, like near the front door, we could play our video games, watch movies like all day. And then when we get hungry, I can call the pizza guy and he can put the pizza in the window and I can reach it and give him the money. We don't even have to get up. It's awesome. And I was just like, oh. And I mean, that's my social problem. Is like I talk to people and I'm just like, Another time, I went to this, I think it was a Christmas thing, this Christmas party where a bunch of families got together and, it wasn't that long ago. Well, I guess it was like a decade ago now or something. But we went to this Christmas party thing and I'm there and there are all these other dads and I'm just looking at them being like, there's got to be an interesting dad in here somewhere, right? So, but I'm mostly just kind of hanging around playing with the kids, playing games or whatever. Because I know kids are usually more fun than adults because at least kids haven't built up that massive amount of bullshit yet. So you can play catch with some kids or play some whatever games, right? But then this dad comes over and he's like, hey, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I live in the forest and, I do this and I, I'm just off grid, do my own thing all day, whatever. I build inventions, whatever. He's like, what? Wait, why do you get to do that? And I was like, what do you mean? Mosquito. He's like, why? What? Are you rich or something? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not rich at all, not even close. It doesn't cost that much to live that lifestyle. It's just what I wanted to do. I just want to do that. And he's just like, And I was like, well, what do you do? And he's like, oh, well, I'm the executive medium assistant director CEO of Garbage Corp. And I was like, oh, okay. And like, I already knew that he had nothing interesting to talk about. And he got this look on his face like, I have nothing interesting to talk about. And that's the end of the conversation. Like that's what socializing usually is to me. Although occasionally I'll come across some people and it's like total switch. Like when I was in Alaska, I built 2 houses in Alaska, 2 different times I went. Those are amazing experiences. Oh my God, so fun. And fun for me, because I like hard work and doing things and achieving things and all that. And at one point I went to a Mensa meeting. I don't even know what Mensa is. It's an acronym for something, I think. The Smart People Club, basically. And because my friend, this girl I was building the house for, she was in Mensa. And she was like, well, let's go to the meeting. There might be some cool people. And I got there and most of the people were exactly what you'd expect. I'm so smart because I'm smarter than everyone because I've got a score of this in this test and smart. I'm smarter than everyone. Now let's argue about stupid crap that doesn't matter so I can look smart. And I'm just like, oh. And then I meet these 2 guys, and I don't know, then there were like 5 of them total, but mainly these 2 guys who were like all interested in like being self-sufficient. They wanted to do things for themselves. They didn't just want to talk about things. They wanted to actually do real things that mattered. And like as soon as I started talking to them, I mentioned that, oh yeah, I live in a dome in Vermont. And one guy's like, no way, you've got a dome? I'm building a dome. I got the pieces for it. I want to put it together. And I was like, really? What's your dome like? And he starts telling me about this dome, and I find out he's got all these interesting ideas and all this stuff. And then we ended up talking for like 3 hours. Just, oh, no way, this is amazing. Oh, cool. What do you think? And then my friend, who I went to this Mensa meeting with, as we're leaving, she's like, who the hell are you? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you actually talk to people. You were like charismatic and you didn't just make the face like you hate them. And you were like, I don't know, like freaking Bill Clinton in there, just like blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't know, I like those people. And because if I'm around people I actually like, I have no problem socializing. It's just like, most of the people today are just, oh God, horrible. And a lot of people don't understand the difference between someone who actually does things and someone who's just like, trying to like talk big. My friend and I used to call it mental masturbation. And anytime we were in a conversation, in a group of people, and they were just like, blah, 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 I'm so smart and amazing, blah, blah, talking about, just all this garbage of nothing. It didn't matter at all. And they weren't ever going to actually use the information at all. We'd stand there and look at each other and go, and then we chuckle. And yeah, most the people who are like that, they often, I don't know, maybe they do know, but it seems like they don't know the difference between just blah, 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 and actually doing anything. Anyway, I just went off on a huge tangent there because of reasons. Oh God, no, don't get stuck again. Okay, just get boss, no. Let's see, all the humans except the pretty ones. Yeah, that's what got me set off in this big tangent. I'm working on making an off-grid mini split system. What is a mini split system? Is that so you can do better gymnastics? I remember you talking about making a do-it-yourself refrigerator cooler. Any plans on installing an AC system? No, I don't need AC here. It just doesn't get that hot. Like occasionally it gets like uncomfortably warm, but a fan is always sufficient. Like it's never gotten hot enough here since like in the last almost decade I've been here. It's never gotten hot enough that a fan was not enough, Oh, although it would be cool to have like a snow room or something. Being social takes practice, right. I am over girls, married twice, not going for 3. Have 3 kids and they're doing great. I am fine. Yeah. So with girls, let me just, do I want to get back into that? I would love to meet someone, but at this point, I have too much that I love in my life. And, just in the last month of Deshana being more separate from, basically me not being responsible for her anymore. Like we're kind of at the point where we're agreeing that she is responsible for herself and I am not. Like so many things are, this is why someone was just mentioning, I look like I'm in much better spirits. Yeah, it's just this huge weight off. And I don't know if I want to put another weight on now that I've got one off. Like so many things in life are amazing and I can enjoy them. I can enjoy the amazing stuff in life without someone dragging me down. And I'm not saying it's her fault or anything. I don't even want to get into an argument about that or whatever. I'm just saying, sometimes when another person is in your life, they can just drag you down. So at this point, if I were to meet someone, I'm going to be very careful about who I let get into my life at this point, because I have a lot of really awesome stuff going on, and I love this stuff. I love my life, and I love my lifestyle. So I'll only let someone in who will be cool. There is another reason I would really like to have someone else in my life besides just, for my own personal stuff. I mean, it would be great for me, but it would also be great for my kids to see someone treat me well, because they've never seen someone treat me well. And I think that would be, particularly for my daughters, that would be a good thing to see, the example of the father being treated well. Because presumably they're one day going to be married to some guy, and if they've never seen their, the husband or the father being treated well, they may not have the instinct to do that, right? So it'd be really good if I could meet someone who would treat me well, and then my kids could see that and they could learn that for their future, instead of me just saying, well, this isn't the best, it should be like this. I can talk is cheap, like I was saying before, there's a limit to how much you can get through talking. You got to really show it in real life. But again, like I'm just not going to worry about girls for a while. I'm going to try to get all this stuff going that I've been trying to get going for years while carrying too many other people. And now that I'm not carrying as many people, and I don't want to say anything good or bad about what, I don't want to get into any fights about that or whatever, but the fact is I'm carrying fewer people now, and I can get a lot more done. Even just in the last week, since my arm healed and my foot's been better, things are starting to accelerate, and yeah, it's going. I want to. There's so many things I want to do, and I want to get cranking on them. Oh no, Digital Dave says. I don't know what was oh no. You will have to find a man. Don't give up. No, I'm not. Oh, guys are gross. Coolest girl I met picking up alpaca manure. Also lesbian. Ah, right? What the? Come on. What's with this lesbian thing, taking all the good women? Actually, you know what I think it is? It's more that they're just taking all the good available women. Because all the amazing women are already married, right? And they're not getting divorced because the guy's like, oh, I'm not letting go of this one. And yeah, I mean, that's a huge generalization, but I wish I was a lesbian, Insano says. Yeah. Let's see. What's up, Jaimie? It's Todd. Woo! I came out to Vermont a couple times with my wife, Lisa. We did the ram. Oh, I remember, Todd. We did the ram pump together. So sorry to hear about what happened. Keep your head up, dude. You are awesome. Yeah, I mean, shit happens, and then you just got to deal with it. And yeah, I'm not even going to get into it now. But that's cool to hear from you, Todd. Yeah, the ram pump was amazing. That thing worked for you. I don't know if it's still there at this point, but I left it set up. I think. I don't know. Now I don't know. But the ram pump was awesome. Pumped water all the way up to the dome up on the hill from that little stream. I want to build one here at some point too. Scott Adams vibes. Who's Scott Adams? I don't know. I think you're just looking for honest people. Honesty is the foundation of everything. Yes, I want to meet honest people in general. Partly just because I like being around honest people who are direct and like to do things and aren't always trying to manipulate and find ways to get other people to do stuff. But also because I want to build this community here. I've got a couple cool people if I count myself. But it would be really cool to get just a few more cool, amazing people around. Because even just having like one other amazing person around, it's so cool. It's amazing, and it's a guy. So and I'm straight. So don't go the wrong direction there. But yeah, I would really like to meet more people who could come here, and then maybe at some point I'll meet a girl. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We have to try our best in life. Yeah. Remember, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's how I feel. I'm always outside of my comfort zone. And I guess, that's probably a good way to explain it. Like when I meet people who are just living inside this comfortable little bubble, that's when I'm like, oh, come on, man, do something. Like that guy, I'm just the assistant executive vice CEO of blah blah garbage corp, and I'm just like, well, do you do anything? Do you do anything other than just what you're told and sit in your phone and collect your check and then go home to your kids who've been at daycare all day? Like, yeah, you got to get out of your comfort zone, and our society's too comfortable now, and it's so easy to just get comfortable. Even, a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago or whatever, when I was at the point where I was like, I think my family's just done. I'm not going to be able to be part of my family. I was thinking about alternate things, like what I could do with the rest of my life. And there were so many easy, comfortable choices. It'd be so easy to do something easy and comfortable. And I ultimately rejected all that stuff. But yeah, it's just most people, they're living in their comfort zone. Let's see, interesting stuff to talk about. Catching a trophy fish and throwing it back with a picture as proof. Yeah, just who cares? Catch a fish and eat it. That's why you catch a fish. You catch a fish to eat it. Jaimie, love your show. Well, thanks. Love your ingenuity. Get that sawmill done. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the sawmill done. Although I guess I'm not in a super hurry to finish the lumber mill because I still have to set up the thing to power it. Although if I get the lumber mill done, I can put it outside. So that's my big motivation right now to dot the I's and cross the T's on that and just get it outside so it's not taking up this big spot in my house. But I'm still gonna have to do a bunch of work to get to the point where, wait a minute. There is something I could do that I could power it pretty soon, that I could set up in a day, and it would be easy to put together and basically take apart. Because so I've got my old cargo boat, and I'm taking the entire roof off, and I'm changing the roof to something else, and the roof, it doesn't matter. But that whole roof, that's where the solar panels went. And I think I'm going to use that whole roof to go on top of the lumber mill, because the roof is actually longer than the distance the lumber mill will roll. Like the entire thing, the entire lumber mill, when it rolls all the way to the front and all the way back, can be totally under cover of the old boat roof. So I'm going to put the old boat roof above it. And I could just put the solar panels back on it, because it did have a bunch of solar panels on it, and that's enough to power the lumber mill. Oh, well, now I'm realizing I could set that up in like a day. Okay, well I'm gonna have to do some more thinking. Geez, that would be nice. I could start cutting the wood sooner, even if the solar panels, I can put them in and then take them out easily when I want to, put them in something more permanent. Because I can put them in and take them out easily. I might have to do that. All right, let me put that in my brains. That's in my brains now. That's going to be easy to remember because that's like a high priority thing. Finally found a partner who does things and it's almost too fun. No way! Where did you find a partner who does things? It's so, one of the difficulties is people who do things, it's hard for them to run into each other because they're always off doing things. So like if I were to try to meet someone who's kind of like me, who's like always off doing things, it's like where the hell do I go to meet that person's not going to like, collective socially things. They're busy enjoying their whatever they're doing. Like an artist will be in their studio and they're like, get away from me, everyone, go away, I'm doing stuff. And they'll lock the door and lock themselves in, or like I'm here like just like doing stuff that I love all day, or like, yeah, how do you meet other doers? That's tough. When someone tells me a cool story these days, I need a picture as proof. Oh, that's so true. Yeah, so many people have these bullshit stories and they do nothing. And one of the reasons I know that this is so bad is because I keep getting links, like I was saying earlier, people email me links to other videos, and occasionally I'll watch one, and it's almost always just these idiots who just blah, 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 blah. Look, fancy words, stupid, overcomplicated explanation about how amazing this is and how super it is. And I've built an amazing thing that's only barely gonna be useful for a proof of concept demonstration that we're gonna do really quick, or maybe not at all. Maybe we're not even gonna show it working. But if we do, we'll just do it really quick but we're just gonna talk about how amazing it is, and it won't be anything that they're using. And this is one of the things that I always make sure I do on my channel. All the shit I do is shit I actually use, like for extended periods of time. Like all the boats I've built, they've all gone through hell and worked and functioned, and if something breaks, I fix it, and or like, it's just a totally different thing. What are you building today, Jaimie? Well, I want to pull the roof off the shark slicer off my cargo boat. I'm not sure how much it weighs. I'm hoping, I don't know. I'm just gonna do whatever I have to do to get it off. I might have to cut it into multiple pieces, but it would be nice to take the whole thing in one piece. I can get my friend to come help me. Hopefully the two of us can move it to up on the hill where the lumber mill is gonna be. Mensa, Mutual Admiration Society. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I am doing some other stuff today. I got some fiberglass dome pieces from Deshana's house and a few other things. Like basically I'm just getting all my stuff off her island. But now I have most of the pieces to build a fiberglass dome, like just the fiberglass domes that I've built several of. I have 5 pieces of one, and I need 8 total to make a whole dome. I also have 2 door pieces, so I don't even have to make those 2 whole sections because the door piece takes up a huge chunk of it. And then I also have a few window pieces, but I have 1 more window piece that I can put in the other dome piece, so I don't even have to build that whole one. So I only have to build 3 more half pieces to get a whole fiberglass dome, and maybe I'll put that up on the hill too. I don't know. I'll have to find somewhere to put it. But I got those pieces. They're on my boat right now. I have to carry them up onto the hill. Okay, mini split is an AC system with no ductwork. Okay. Okay, so it's just like a little self-contained cooler. Got it. If you built a steamboat, would you use a paddle wheel or propeller? Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I think, I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm thinking probably propeller, although I would also want some pedals. So I'd probably have a paddle wheel too, because that works really well with the speed a person can pedal. Yeah, in terms of all the human-powered things I've put on boats, like the pedal things, I found the paddle wheels to be much better. And I do have on my smallest boat, well, not counting the kayaks, on the Zombie Chopper, my little white boat, it has pedals that run a big gear, that run a small gear, that goes back to a propeller. And that works, and it's been working. And I don't know, it's still just, it's loud, and the gears, I'm always worried that, eventually they're going to start skipping and stuff, or wearing. There's just a lot of moving parts, But with a paddle wheel, you can just have the pedals connected directly to the paddle wheel, no moving parts, no gears or anything. And because your legs move at a relatively slow speed, it matches the paddle thing, so you don't need any gearing. I guess that's the biggest advantage with having a paddle wheel with pedals. But then when you have a motorized thing, the motor generally spins faster. So if you want to have that go directly to something, you go directly to a propeller. So if I build a steam engine that's going to spin fast, which is probably what I'd want to do, then I have it go back to running a propeller. But if it's a steam engine that's really like, I'd probably run a paddle wheel. Just, to see the gearing. Because gearing is, all that extra complication is just not worth it, A mini split is an AC system that runs in reverse that can heat to, I'm using it to supplement my heat because I'm dependent on propane. Cool. Yeah, so I'm thinking steam engine. That's what I'm thinking at the moment anyway. Hey, Jaimie, just want to say that you have been a huge inspiration to my life. Well, that's excellent, Jimmy Two Shoes. I have been locked into a rat race, for a long time, and have finally broken free. Nice. Currently looking for my new residence. That's amazing. Oh, that's so cool. That's like an exciting place to be when you're just starting a huge journey. That's awesome, man. That's super cool. If you have any interest in moving to Panama, possibly, you can send me a message. We can talk. But I don't know. To live off grid to the. Oh, that was still part of the same message. Cool, man. Dude, yeah, totally send me a message if you have any interest in moving to Central America. You're 40 years old, by the way. Sounds reasonable. Jaimie, you're the best? Whoa. That is a big word, man. That is a big word. You know how many people are on the planet? There's like 8 billion of them. You gotta be careful about throwing around words like the best. but I'll take it for the moment. Jaimie, you're the best. Oh, you spelled my name wrong. Oh, it's not me. Someone else is the best. Some other Jaimie is the best. Your videos always inspire me to do and be better. Oh, that's beautiful. That's the best feedback ever. I love that feedback. Thank you. I've been watching since the Vermont road building videos. Keep it up. Stay strong. Thanks, man. Man, that was a serious road. That was a good road. Well, thank you, Alex. Oops. Hey, is that Alexander Graham Bell? Oh, I meant, oh no, when you said you met the perfect woman, except she was a lesbian. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she probably had some other problems, but yeah. Well, I mean, anytime you want to meet someone who's going to be like a life partner, like there are going to be certain minimum requirements that they have to meet all of them. People like to write out a huge list of minimum requirements, but when you get down to it, there usually aren't that many. It's just a few things that are critical, and it's often what usually happens is you'll meet someone who meets one thing, and then it's like, no, they don't meet any of the rest. You meet a lot of people like that, but then you might occasionally meet someone who meets 2 or even 3 of the things, and then it's like, but they don't meet that other critical one. Yeah, being straight would be pretty important because I don't got no boobies, and I am covered in fur, and I'm a man. Anyway, I'm sure you could find a good woman in the Philippines. Maybe I need to go to the Philippines. Can we Can we import? Can I import? Go be the other cool guy. I don't know what that means. Hey, Jaimie, have you grown any good food lately? Oh, on my boat right now, I have a yellow plantain tree that I need to plant and 2 different types of lemon trees that I need to plant too. But what have I grown lately? I don't know if I showed this, but a couple weeks ago, I got a huge thing of bananas. Maybe it was a few weeks ago now. I don't know, I've lost track. The whole month of February was just a bust for me. It might have even been a month ago, but I got a huge thing of bananas, and I have 2 banana trees that I can see out this window right now that are looking like they're about the size when they start making the bananas. So I should get more bananas, and the trees from that spot have been giving me like really good banana bunches, like big banana bunches. And let's see, I've also got some tubers growing, some yucca that I haven't dug up yet, but the plants above the ground they're kind of getting huge. So I don't know how big the yucca is under the ground. I'm hoping, but we'll see. And then, I don't know, I guess nothing particular that I'm thinking of right now. Probably after I get off this, I'm gonna realize, oh yeah, there's that thing that's amazing. But yeah, just working on stuff. I'm working on getting better soil, planting trees, putting charcoal, trying to make terra preta, which someone mentioned recently, with some charcoal and some just organic stuff. Trying to make better soil is what I'm really focusing on lately. But I do have some stuff growing out here that's looking pretty good. Oh, I don't know what that means. Okay, cutting the roof, bad idea. It could be used camping or long trips cargo. Okay, so cutting the roof off the shark slicer isn't just something I was just like, oh, just on a whim, let me do it. No, I really thought about it. Like I want to take it off. Partly because the way the roof is right now, it's not waterproof. And so I definitely want to change it in some way. The other thing is it's really tall, which is not that great when you're in stormy weather. And on a day when it's super chill and everything, yeah, tall roof doesn't matter at all. But when you start getting in some high winds and the waves are like tossing your boat around, and also the higher parts of your boat are getting pushed by the wind, it gets a little bit crazy. And whenever I'm in that situation, I'm always thinking about lowering the roof and just being more streamlined and all that stuff. So I think I want to actually do that. And then I want to change the roof to be something watertight. And I want to be able to get on the roof. The way the roof is right now, you can't get on the roof. And it would be nice if I could get on the roof. It would be a huge other hangout space, right? And so you mentioned camping. Like that's what I end up thinking about actually. If I take the boat and drive somewhere, I put it in driving mode. The solar panels are down on the roof and everything is kind of sleek and streamlined. And then I get to where I want to be. I can stop, put the solar panels on the roof up so they're kind of out of the way. And then the whole roof is a place to hang out. And I can go up there and chill and eat up there. I don't know. It'll have a lot of space. The other thing is, the way the roof is right now, there are times when I want to go up rivers, like little rivers. I haven't gotten any in video in a while. But sometimes there are low branches and that roof has difficulty getting through. So if I lower the roof, I'll be able to get through more stuff, I don't know, but there are a bunch of reasons, but I think it's going to be good. Just wait till you see the new roof. It's going to be good. Don't worry. I'm not making something crappy. Volunteering is a fun way to bump into new people. That's true. Yeah, totally. I've been kind of paying attention, trying to look for things I could go do. Although it's just, I'm hours away from town, and occasionally there are volunteer kind of things in town that I've meant to go to. But the last one I wanted to go to, it was just bad weather that day. And for me, driving all the way to town in bad weather to do like a couple hours of volunteering is not the greatest, not the greatest. So I don't know. I also do occasionally get volunteers here, workawayers or woofers kind of thing. Haven't had any in a while, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do that more. But I mean, really, I just want to like, now that I've kind of gotten a lot of stuff cleared from my plate and from my mind, things I don't have to worry about, I kind of want to just spend some time just being 100% Jaimie and just doing, just doing the thing and not worrying about anyone else. And, if someone else, I mean, I do have a workaway profile right now. Someone who seems like they're cool wants to come. Yeah, I mean, and maybe I'll meet some cool people. I don't know. Maybe there is someone who needs help building something and other doers might be there too. Yeah, true. I count spending time here as volunteering my time. You all here are cruel. Yeah, I'm volunteering my time here too. Although someone sent me some money, so I guess I'm not technically volunteering. I guess I still kind of have, well, this is totally different kind of volunteering than you were talking about in terms of meeting people. Although I do meet people on here. But I still do kind of have the mindset that when I do these videos, I'm kind of doing it voluntarily, even though as of several years ago, I'm making some money doing them. But it's not something that I like count on, Like I always want it to be the kind of thing where I'm doing it voluntarily because it's gonna give the right vibe. If I started doing it for money, I might start doing, all that fake stuff. I hate all that fake stuff. Tomaters is back. Very good, very good. Leave the roof could be your new taxi. No, you should get some cats. Caught you live. Loving your frequent upload schedule. Oh, great. Was quite impressed with your bent pipes. Yeah, those things came out amazing, didn't they? You can almost see them from here. Oh no, the marshmallow's in the way. Right there. That thing is called the marshmallow. It's a giant beanbag. But right behind that is all those curved pipes I made. Keep doing you. Your projects have been amazing. Thanks, man. Physalis berries. What are physalis berries? Do I need to write that down? Will they grow here? Are they tropical berries? Oh my gosh, I gotta write this down. Physalis berries. Hold on, I gotta find something. Sometimes I think someone is going to make something up and tell me, oh, you should get this, and it's not a real thing. Physalis berries. There's all kinds of, let's see. Oops, spell that out. Yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff I want to grow here that I haven't yet. It's just, it's a lot of things to do. Although now I have one huge thing off my plate, so I'm starting to make more progress and stuff. A mini split is an AC system that has the condenser separate from the evaporator, available as heat pump as well. They can run off AC or DC or both. Cool. Todd, thanks for sharing your life and ideas with the world. You're a credit to the world, and I can't wait to show my daughter all your cool videos. Well, thanks, man. Oh, he also said thank you. Thank you, Jaimie. Well, thank you, Todd. Superman had a thinking zone, Fortress of Solitude. I've created one too on my enclosed porch. Do you have a thinking zone? My thinking zone is generally inside my head, but whenever I'm here by myself, yeah, I can think really clearly. Like, yeah, I guess my thinking zone is my house here, and maybe even my island. Just my island, yeah. It's my own island of solitude. Even though my kids are here, but they don't mess up my thinking, Hi all, did I miss stuff? Oh my gosh, Reed, you missed so much stuff, so much super important stuff you would not believe. No, not really. I don't think you missed anything. Hey, Jaimie, good to see you. Are you still working toward the wood flooring for your house? I am working toward the wood flooring for my house. And I was just realizing, I don't know, half an hour ago, that I could get the lumber mill working a lot sooner than I was originally thinking, because I have a way to set up the power source for it that would be super easy. And the only thing I have to do on the lumber mill right now, I mean, other than, little bits of stuff here and there, but the only main thing that's left is to build the track for it and put the wheels on the lumber mill. The rest is basically all there. I might want to add some stuff or whatever, but it would function right now if I put the wheels on and it can roll. I'm interested in coming down there. Ado Feast Coast. I don't know anyway, I'm interested in coming down there. I actually just sent you an email in July of 2022, just before you started making videos again, but I've been so busy and I'm sure you missed it. If you sent it while I was not making videos, I was probably not even checking my email, which I wasn't. I didn't check my email for months. And then, I didn't go online at all. And then when I finally did, I had 4,000 emails, 99% of which was just spam. And I don't know why they keep thinking I need a bigger, whatever. Canvas works, good for my boat. You can use poor man's fiberglass to do it cheap. What's this for? I'm not sure. Jaimie, have you started to use any kind of AI to shorten the time you spend online? No. I don't really spend any time online. I mean, can I get an AI to do this? I wouldn't want an AI to do this. There's nothing that I would want an AI to do. What am I missing? Is there something I should get an AI to do that I don't know about? I don't want an AI speaking for me, for sure. I like doing stuff for myself. I feel like I should edit the videos myself. I don't know. Steam engines are mostly low RPM, high torque. Mostly, depends on the steam engine, but yeah. Wait, you could bear as Jesus freak. Some of these missionaries get 3,000 a month. Oh, I could be a Jesus freak? Oh God, I can't do that. No. I love you, man, even though you basically called me out for being more talk and less action. Oh, well, it's good to get called out. Feel free to call me out too on my crap, because I know that I make some mistakes, a lot of mistakes. I make mistakes constantly all the time. Yeah. Wild schnozberries. Oh, Geobum, you tricky little devil. Maybe there are permaculturists in your area. Those people experiment a lot with different species of plants. It takes a long time to experiment. Maybe they can help you hit the ground running. Yeah, I've gotten some of the plants I have come from some other farmer type people in the area. So I'm getting some help there. I find your inspiration and drive for life awesome. Oh, thanks. Been watching since you started making the first robot spiders. Still remember the big ones, first steps in the field. Keep the projects coming. That was a fun day. That was a really fun day. Domestic dingleberries. All right, dingleberries. I'm pretty sure those are invasive. Oh, those damn dingleberries. Hello from India. Mega Dvivedi. Yeah, one of the cool things about India, there's always all these YouTube videos from people in India making things with from scratch, or repairing motors with pieces of paper and stuff. There's some cool videos coming out of India, or repairing batteries and stuff like that. Howdy, Jaimie. Thanks for the content and inspiration. Keep up the good work. Well, thanks, man. Copy paste revolutionary paint. How to make surfaces stay cool with the sun for a guy who does the research. Is this going to be that guy who just talks again? Someone's already sent me some. Do you have any dead, fallen mahogany trees on your island? You can make some good money selling the lumber to a guitar company. I actually want to use mahogany for my upper floors. And I do have mahogany, I think. I don't know, mahogany's all over the place here. It's called Mayo Rojo locally. As far as I know, it's the same thing. Be careful, don't get the wrong physalis, or the wrong plant. Physalis has another plant that is poisonous, red, not orange, Chinese lanterns. I don't want any poisonous stuff. Indians repair almost everything. Yeah, that's, yeah, and the society I came from, everyone throws everything out because they just have, people are too spoiled. And then I can't talk to them because I'm like, stop doing nothing. He mixes chems and has temp probes. Okay, whatever. All right, it's been almost an hour, and I have some things that I should go do. And yeah, I should totally go. Wait, was there anything else I wanted to talk about today? Oh, when I was going on Amazon, someone mentioned last week, not that I want to plug Amazon or anything, but that's where I order a lot of stuff. Someone mentioned last week I should look up marine carpet for the roof of the new roof of my boat, because I want to put up something that's going to insulate so it's not just bare metal in the sun. And I looked up marine carpet, but then I found, I forgot what they called it now, this like EVA foam. It's like fake wood paneling, but it's just rubbery stuff. And I might end up doing that because I did find some that had been returned and then was then half price. It's kind of expensive, but if it's, been returned and it's half price, well, it's not so bad then. So I might get some of that. I read, Jaimie, I read about you. Really like how different you are from others. Well, thanks, man. Because some places you can read about me and it is not flattering. Oh, damn, I bought tomato seed instead of physalis. I should have taken my glasses. Oh, tomatoes. I want to grow tomatoes. But they're a little bit tricky here because it rains so much. So you have to like put them under a roof or make sure there's good drainage or something. Like you can grow tomatoes here, but they're a little tricky from what I hear from people. Yes, that guy with that channel is the guy who talks very much. Yeah, I don't know. I know you're trying to leave, but curious. Do you do much fishing? I don't do as much fishing as I should be, but just because I'm busy all the time, But I have done fishing, and I have a fishing thing on my boat, just a line wrapped around a thing with a hook on it, and a little, like a lure that's made out of just a little, basically like a straw, which works. And yeah, I fish with it occasionally, but I'm just busy a lot. So here's the thing. The way my life is set up right now, I just have a lot of things to do. I'm kind of scrambling to get everything set up, which sounds silly because I've been in this rough location for like 9 years. But for a lot of that time, I was working on something that ultimately was a total bust just because there were some personal issues and blah, blah, blah. So here I'm kind of still in the not in the early stages. I'm kind of in the mid stages of getting things set up and going. So it's a lot of just busy doings, like getting the logistics of the basic stuff all set up. Like I don't even have the upper floors done in my house. When I lived in Vermont, it took me about 5 years from when I got there to when I got to the point that I said, wow, I can kind of chill. I've got like all this stuff set up, like all the basics are taken care of and functioning well. And there's like basically no maintenance, I'm set up now. I'm good, There was still stuff to do, obviously, but it took about 5 years to get to that point there. Here in this house, I'm about 2 years in. And I figured it'll probably be like 5 years, maybe like 2 or 3 years in. It'll probably be like another 2 or 3 years till I get to the point where I'm like, oh, I can take a breath and relax. And like, I've got all this stuff set up and it's good and it's ready to go. And it's like, I don't need constant maintenance. I'm not always, fighting to try to make progress. Like when I get to the point where it's like, I'm kind of set up. And at that point, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of fishing, a lot more snorkeling, maybe some salvaging of stuff, and all that kind of stuff. It would be really cool to like salvage some boats and stuff like that. But yeah, it's still gonna be a while till I get to that point. Oh, you guys just said so much stuff. I know you're trying to. Oh yeah. All right. Oh wait, haven't heard you mention adventure builders lately. Is that still your core belief? Ooh, that's an important. Good thing I read that. Yes, I still follow adventure builder virtues. In fact, that has been tested quite strongly in the last month, and yeah, I still stick to adventure builder principles, even when it's very difficult. So yeah. And I'll talk about that more, I don't know, sometime. Kind of when things stabilize and chill out a little bit. In 2 to 3 years, you will get bored and need to move to another wild place to start over. I know how you are wired. That is absolutely not true. When I was in Vermont, at my place in Vermont, when I got to the point where things were basically, kind of set up, and I was like, oh, I can actually take a breath and chill a little bit. That didn't mean I chilled. That means I started putting more time into building robots and building giant robots and doing all these other things that I really love doing. Like I cannot wait till I get to the point that I can kind of like put a bunch of buildings to rest and a bunch of landscaping and just kind of be mostly done with that stuff. And then I can really focus on the stuff that I really want to do. Not that I don't want to do that other stuff, but a lot of the stuff that I'm doing right now is just like the hard work foundation of the life I really want, So it's important to do, and I'm enjoying it while I'm doing it, but mostly because it needs to be done. If I could just skip all that part and get to the stuff that I really love, I would. And that kind of goes back to one of the reasons I'm doing this whole off-grid kind of lifestyle in the first place. Like I always wanted to build inventions and machines, and I would love to get into, outer space stuff and, more robotics stuff. There's a lot of invention-y kind of stuff that I want to do. And I could have just gone directly into those kind of fields and just worked on that kind of stuff, but I couldn't live with the society I was in, just being part of a society that's just destructive. So I was like, all right, I got to go all the way back to the beginning and like start from scratch and build the foundation. And once I get everything set up in a way that it's not wasteful and, things are running efficiently and, not creating all this garbage. And, when I have a lifestyle that I can feel good about, then I can do all the really fun stuff I want to do. So right now I'm still in the hard work foundations of everything. And when I get that stuff done, I am definitely not going to want to leave. I'm going to go crazy with the fun stuff I can do. Just because you don't talk about your beliefs all the time doesn't mean you don't believe it anymore. That is true. You can fish more when the kids are old enough. They don't need you all the time. Keep on going. Yeah, I mean the kids like fishing too. They love eating fish too. So. Were you not scared to burn your degree and leave secure life in the city? Well, I was not, actually. I would not call it secure life in the city. When I lived in the city, I felt that I was basically living in a prison camp. And there were all these rules I didn't agree with. I thought they were wrong. I thought they were bad rules. But I was required to follow them just because I was there. And it got to the point where I was like, I would rather be dead than do this. And at that point, it wasn't scary to move off grid. Because if I was willing to die, then this is one of the good things about, when you get to a point where you're willing to die. And a lot of people kind of get stuck in this depressing state where they're unhappy with what's going on, but not enough to do something about it, you know? And when you're stuck in that middle state, that is the worst place, because that can drag on for a long, long time. So I was fortunate to get to be so at odds with the life around me that I got to the point where I was past depression. I was to the point of suicidal. And I was like, I cannot live like this. I either have to die or change my life or die trying. So, and that's why I could change my life to something I really wanted, because I would rather die than go back. And that was what kept me going at the beginning. But then eventually I was like, dude, this life is amazing. Like living off grid, waking up and being my own person and taking care of stuff myself, and you know, like having my own hands actually matter. Like it matters what I do with these hands today. If I do the right stuff today, I have a good tomorrow. If I do the wrong stuff today, I have a bad time tomorrow. I love that kind of responsibility where what I do matters. So yeah, I didn't have any problem leaving the city. The hardest thing was that I didn't have any example of, like, I had nothing to look up to. I was just flying blind, making it up as I go. And that was the big motivation for me to originally start making the videos, so that I could say, okay, I have nothing to look up to follow here. So I'm just gonna barrel forward and hope I can figure some stuff out, make these videos so that the next person can look at what I did and be like, okay, I could skip a bunch of mistakes because that guy went through all this and, you know, figured some stuff out, or maybe even just look at what I'm doing and say, well, that guy has no clue what he's doing and he's making it work. So maybe I can too, you know. No problem leaving the city. All right, I think I am gonna get out of here and use my hands. Do you still make clothes and hats? I do. I made this hat. This is my hat that I made a few years ago. It's pretty beat up at this point. I'm probably gonna have to make another one kind of soon. I did not make this shirt, but I make some of my shirts. And it's, yeah, all my clothes are either just kind of like hand-me-downs or stuff I made. And yeah, all right. Wait, in brief, if you don't like your reality, change it, yes. And don't listen to people tell you, you can't change it. Sometimes you have to change it. Oh, Mega, you are right. I'm not happy, but can't do anything about it. Okay, so if you're this, a lot of people are in this situation. So let me just talk about this for a minute, and then I'm gonna get out of here and use my hands and do some stuff. But when you're stuck in a life that is not satisfying you, it does not feel like this is the life you should be living. A lot of people have this situation, and I had this situation when I was a kid. Maybe I should just share the way I thought about it. The way I thought about it was, okay, I've only got one chance at this life. As far as I know, I've got one chance, and that is it. If I blow it, if I spend the next 80 years of my life just kind of being pushed around and, you know, following the line that I'm supposed to and staying in my lane, I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna look back on my life and I'm gonna say, shit, I fucking blew it. I had one chance and now I'm at the end and I blew it. And I'm gonna be laying there in some, yeah, got him. I'm gonna be laying there dying as some old man thinking about all the things I didn't do and I blew it. So put yourself in that mindset. Say to yourself, okay, I'm 100 years old, I'm laying in bed, I'm dying, and I'm looking back on my life. What am I going to wish I had done? And you're only going to get one chance to do it. You only get one chance to do every day, every moment. Everything, you only get one chance to do it. So put yourself at the end of your life and look back at your life. And you know what's going to happen between now and then. If you just do nothing, if you don't change your life, you basically know that you're just going to go through the steps, doing exactly what you're doing now, and then you're going to die, and you're going to have to look back on it. If you're not happy about that, if you look back on the life you're living right now, and you say, that's crap, you got to fix it. You got to do whatever you have to do to fix it. Risk dying to fix it. And so many times, in fact, one time pretty recently, I've had to risk dying to change my life, which hasn't really happened since I had kids. And I don't want to talk about the recent one, but like many times in my life, I've risked death to change my life because the life I was living was not worth living. And risking death doesn't mean you're going to die. You know, this is one of the things that we've become really, really squeamish about in our society. Is just like people are so afraid to take a risk to change their life because they might die doing it. Like when I first went off grid, people said, oh, you're going to die, you're going to freeze over the winter, you're never going to make it. And I was just like, well, if I die, then I die. I would rather die than not try. And you know what? It wasn't anywhere near as bad as anyone said. I figured everything out. It's not like death just suddenly showed up and was like, ha, you're dead. No, it was like death started creeping in, and it was like, okay, I got to do something about that before this kills me. And they kept being things that I could handle over and over. And the silly thing is, you are always at risk of dying. You could be hit by a meteor. I could be hit by a meteor right now. Just a little pebble from outer space. Nothing I could do about it. You could die like that. From 100 different things that you have no control over. Any moment you could die. So don't waste the time while you have it, because it could disappear anytime. And the other thing is we do life-risking things every day. Every time you get in a car, if you walk down the street, there's so many, you get in an elevator, there's so many things that we do in our daily lives that we've just gotten used to. We're just accepting all of these life-risking things. Like you drive a car, you're in a steel box going 60, 70, 80 miles an hour next to people who are doing the same thing. A whole bunch of people, a lot of people die doing that, dying crashes. You get in an airplane, if it crashes, you're dead. You get in an elevator, if it malfunctions, you could fall and die. There are so many ways you could die. You could die just from eating something. So risking your life to make your life better should not be such a huge thing. And now I don't know what anyone's circumstances are. You know, you got to figure it out. But a lot of times, I mean, as far as I know, every time I've encountered something, there's always something you can do to change your life. But sometimes, often, you have to get to the point of discomfort past where you're just depressed to the point where you would rather die than continue. And that's when you can really make big changes. All right, I'm going to go see what I can do to make some big changes. I'm not going to do anything particularly life-risking, but I am just going for it, man. I'm not worried about my mortality. I am just going for it. All right, let's just see if I missed anything that I need to say. Okay. See you guys later, Tomaters. Okay, bye, Jaimie. Yeah, Mega, you don't give up on yourself, man. Remember, you have control over your life. You might have to risk it to keep control, but that's what life is, man. That's life. All right, everyone have a good life and a good day and be amazing. And I'm going to stop streaming. Apparently, I've been peeing this whole time. Okay.